All right, guys, I'm talking to Jamie from Midnight Joe, and I got three pressing questions before we start this interview that I have to know. Jamie, what made you think it was possible to make money selling rings made out of forks and spoons? Okay, second question. Coin ring crafting is a majority man dominated arena. How did you sneak in? Okay, third question. What made you think people would pay $45 or more for a wearable quarter? All right, guys, the questioning will start. I want her to answer every last one of them. I've been wanting this lady to come on my platform for forever. I love her work. She is a corn maker extraordinaire and maker of other good things. If you check her out on her social media sites, you will actually love her platform and her work. She has sold thousands of products over the years, and I'm trying to learn how to sell 10 today. So we're going to ask some questions from Jamie, who is the face of Midnight Joe. Welcome her to the platform. What's going on, Jamie? Thank you so much for coming in.
Appreciate happy to be here. Sorry it took me so long to get on here.
Years I've been asking, but you know what? She finally came in, and I really appreciate it. So I want to get straight to the questions. I want people to understand and know exactly about Jamie from Midnight Joe. So first question. Coin ring crafting isn't something we learned in grade school. So how did you hear about it, and why did you start?
So it's kind of a long story, but I had a friend come and visit me, and she wanted to make a coin ring for her boyfriend. But that was like the old school kind where you take a coin and you like hammer the outside forever and then drill it out. We failed miserably. Like, I still have it somewhere, but it's not a ring. She went home, and I couldn't get the idea out of my head. I kind of looked online, and I saw the double-sided ones, and I was like, those are really cool because you can see all the details still on there. At that time, there was like no videos on how to make them.
Wow.
So I kind of just figured out how to make it like visually. I was like, well, obviously you punch a hole in it and then form it around a mandrel. So that's how I made my first ones. I would like drill the coin, anneal it, put it on the steel mandrel, and hit it with a rawhide mallet.
Just like Fence Kid used to do.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, hold that point. Hold that point for you to finish the story. Watch this.
Okay.
This is the legendary Fence Kid. See, 5.9 million views. 9 years ago, he wanted to show a simple way to make a coin ring with a hammer, a drill, and a file. Pretty cool, but it's far from what we do today with all the tools. As you see here, he files the inside into the right ring size for the individual. But this is around what she was explaining in some form, right?
That's what the failed one was.
Okay.
The second ones that I made were still double-sided, but that's what I would say, like the old school way or the easy, cheaper way to make a double-sided coin ring is to drill the center, and you take a mandrel and you just slowly form it around it.
Right. Okay.
But they end up kind of cone-shaped, so... But I mean, I sold quite a few of those. I put them in my Etsy, sold them for a while. And then I had this company reach out to me. They wanted them wholesale. And I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, but yeah, sure.
Wow.
So I took 50% down, and I took that money. And at that time, there were videos out of how to like make them with a ring stretcher and stuff. So I took that money and bought a ring stretcher and kind of built what it is now.
Wow. Let me tell you something. Just getting the wholesaler is, even though you knock the price down 50%,
Right.
This is a market you can put your rings to actually get the sale. So you can think monthly. I need 100 rings for this wholesaler. You can also make a budget from that and everything. So
Yeah.
that's the cool thing about that aspect. That's now. How did you just land that? Did they contact you, or you contacted
That
them?
was through Etsy. Yeah, they just sent me a message on Etsy. So
Well, you know what? After this, let me write that down. Start my Etsy page. All right,
yeah.
cool. Most definitely cool. All right, the second thing that I recognize about your business that I love. Variety is a must in the jewelry business. You have figured out how to cater to a specific demographic. Women. What are your advice to other coin ring crafters about making lady-friendly jewelry?
So I don't particularly know. I guess because I'm a woman, I just automatically think of designing for women. And I always see coin rings as unisex.
True.
But I did come out with the narrow band coin ring, so that's a little more feminine looking. And that was kind of actually based on stacking rings. I don't know if you've seen stacking rings, but those kind of came into trend.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that I pay attention to. I pay attention to the jewelry trends but try to put my own spin on it. And then obviously I think offering other items besides rings, earrings, necklaces, stuff like that. And then
Mm-hmm.
the spoon rings, I feel like those are already kind of feminine. Usually the patterns are feminine, so those kind of already are geared towards women.
Right. But that's one thing that I picked up as well. You know, when you start doing, I start seeing you putting like the studs on. Now, I want to make earrings for ladies. I just use a punch. You went as far as soldering. How did you learn that aspect of jewelry making? Was it self-taught, or did you go to some type of training?
Well, I did actually take jewelry in high school.
Okay. Okay.
So we did some soldering in there, but I mean, it had been years and I still kind of had the basics in my head. So
Mm-hmm.
other than that, yeah, YouTube University.
There you go. Best way to do it.
Yeah.
All right. Number 3 question. Coin ring crafting is not a household profession, but tell me, what's the best Midnight Joe secret to reach a potential customer?
Oh, geez. I think just getting your items out there and being seen,
Mm-hmm.
definitely being on all of the social media platforms and posting on them consistently with high quality photos, quality videos. Let's see. And from there, I really do recommend Etsy. You said you were making a note to start an Etsy shop. I think
Right.
Etsy is like one of the best platforms to start a business
Mm-hmm.
because they already have built-in customers. Those people that are shopping on Etsy are already looking to buy handmade stuff.
Okay.
So, and then from there, build a website. And I think in-person shows is also a good experience just to like kind of learn and see what sells well. I will say though, that at in-person shows, stuff sells differently. So like I sell a lot more necklaces at in-person shows, but I think it's a good experience to have
Mm-hmm.
and actually talk and engage with the customers in person.
How many shows like that you do a year?
I don't do shows anymore, but I did them for probably 3 or 4 years.
Okay. I've
And
never done it.
I would do probably like 5 or 6 shows a year.
Okay. I've never done one, and I'm looking to do a pop-up shop soon because I never knew how many rings to make, products, what different size of rings I should do.
Right.
So, any advice on that?
I just tried to have at least 5 of each item. And you're not going to obviously sell every item, but I kind of had a good setup. I would have like 5 of each necklace. I would only have one out on display and just have like my backup product. And when one would sell, I'd put another one up. Rings, I think I would have like 2 of each size would probably be a good place to start, but it depends on how big the show is. I mean, I've done some holiday shows that are just crazy. So with spoon rings, I would want to have like at least 100 of them on hand. Obviously not going to sell them all, but
wow, 100. There's some work. I got some work to do.
It
Now,
was a lot of work building up that inventory. So
yeah. Quick question. I want to let the people know they're watching, to let them know exactly how lucrative a coin ring business can be. How many products have you sold that you have kept count of thus far?
that's a really bad question for me because I'm not a numbers person.
Mm-hmm.
I probably sell about 5,000 rings a year, but that includes wholesale. So
Okay.
I do quite a bit of wholesale.
Okay. So about 5,000 rings a year.
And that's spoon and coin. That's not just coin
Okay.
rings.
Awesome. All right. Your work is top notch. Some of my favorite. I think you can tell by how much I heart and comment on your posts. You know what I'm saying? So you definitely produce quality. But how do you price your work? And do you get any pushback?
Um, Obviously materials are the most important part, materials and labor. And then you also need to make profit on top of that because there's going to be a lot of hidden work.
Mm-hmm.
You're not just making the ring. You have to take photos, you have to list it, you have to do customer service, packaging, all that. So you need to make sure there's a good amount of profit built in. I made like a large increase on my prices. I actually sold more. So I think that's kind of like goes back to pricing psychology. Like if you price something too cheap, people are going to think maybe it's not quality.
Mm-hmm.
Where if you price it on the higher end, it infers that it's a quality item.
Right.
I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. I just read that, and that helped me out a lot because I was like, stop doing so many discounts.
Right.
It's like I was like throwing it away, and when I ran across that, it was something that helped me to remember. Like, you know what? Make your price as long as it's quality and you produce some type of value. Don't worry about it. Those who buy will buy and see the quality and the value in your product. So
Right.
I'm glad you made that point. So that was good. Okay, now let's get to this thing I call the lightning round. All right, guys. Now that was supposed to be lightning, but don't worry about it. Okay, the lightning round. It's like 5 questions I'm going to ask you just about coin ring crafting in the business. So number 1, I can't get engagement on my IG, Facebook, or other socials. What should I do?
Right now is going to be reels. Reels, videos. I do think obviously having nice photos up is great, but reels is where the engagement is, and be posting it on all of the platforms too. You know, post it on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Pinterest, everywhere.
Okay, good. No one is buying my rings. I have decent quality. What should I do?
This goes back to, I think we already might have covered this, is get your items in front of as many people as possible. Social media, Etsy, your own website, just everywhere you can.
Okay. Your favorite coin to turn into a ring, and your favorite piece of jewelry to make from flatware.
My favorite coin to ring is Georgia because it's the coolest state quarter to turn into a ring. It has the coolest designs.
Yep.
And then as far as flatware, it's rings. Rings.
Okay. What makes your business stand out?
I'm all about repurposing and reusing, and I think it's interesting to turn everyday items into jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
And then quality. I would never sell anything that I wouldn't wear myself.
Okay. The hardest coin to turn into a ring.
For me, it's the older coins, like older quarters and half dollars, because they're not consistent thickness, so they turn out wavy, and they're just a pain.
I thought it was just
I
me.
don't like doing it.
I thought it was just me. I said, this is some wavy coins here.
Nope.
So yes, I'm glad to know that I'm not the only coin ring crafter out there challenging those older quarters.
Yeah.
Okay, that right there was lightning round. Jamie, where can they find you on social media?
It's all at Midnight Joe on every platform, and J-O, the female spelling of Joe.
Awesome. Thanks for coming out and sharing with us, Jamie. I'm so happy that I finally got you out here. It was definitely a treat, and I hope this won't be the last time. Definitely, I need some more clips because
right.
they go well on my live streams. But Jamie, thank you so much for coming out. And guys, go check out Midnight Joe on all the platforms: YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Go check out her Etsy. You're definitely going to get a treat. I love the pizza ring. I'm definitely gonna get that for my daughter. I think she'll love that. But Jamie, thanks once again. And guys, thanks for coming out for the first episode of Coin Ring Talk in 2023. And I'll see you guys later.
Thanks for having me.
Most definitely. I loved it.
Take pride in your stack and wear it. Johnson Toe is an American craftsman who could take your favorite coin design and create art that you'd be very proud to wear and something very special to share. Jtcoinrings, handcrafts, handmade jewelry, especially for you.